Antoine Thomson de Bardi-D'Arrast was a French explorer, geographer, ethnologist, linguist and astronomer notable for his travels in Ethiopia during the first half of the 19th century. He was the older brother of Arnaud Michel de Bardi, with whom he traveled. Biography. He was born in the Irish city of Dublin from a partially Basque noble family of the French province of Soule. His father, Michel de Bardi, was born in Arras-la-Roubaix and his mother was Irish. His grandfather Jean-Pierre was an abbot and a notary in Soule. The family moved to France in 1818 where the brothers received a careful scientific education. In 1827, Antoine received a bachelor degree in Toulouse. Starting in 1829, he began his education in Paris, where he studied law. He married Virginie Vincent de Saint-Bonnet on the 21st of February 1859, and settled in Hendaye where he purchased 250 hectares to build a castle, and became the mayor of the city from 1871 to 1875. Bardi was a Knight of the Legion of Honor, which he received on the 27th of September 1850, and a member of the French Academy of Sciences. He died in 1897 and bequeathed the Bardi domain and castle in Hendaye, yielding 40,000 francs a year, to the Academy of Sciences, Science and Explorations. In 1835 the French Academy sent Antoine on a scientific mission to Brazil, the results being published at a later date under the title of Observations relative sur la physique du globe faits au Brésil en Ethiopie. In 1837 the two brothers started for Ethiopia, landing at Massawa in February 1838. They journeyed throughout Ethiopia, traveling as far south as the Kingdom of Kaffa, sometimes together and sometimes separately. In addition to his studies in the sciences, he delved into the political fray, exerting influence in favor of France and the Roman Catholic missionaries. While in Ethiopia they returned to France in 1848 with notes on the geography, geology, archaeology, and natural history of the region. Antoine became involved in various controversies relating both to his geographical results and his political intrigues. He was especially attacked by Charles Tilston Baquet, who impugned his veracity, especially with reference to the journey to Cana. But time and the investigations of subsequent explorers have shown that Bardi was quite trustworthy as to his facts, though wrong in his contention, hotly contested by Baquet, that the Blue Nile was the main stream. The topographical results of his explorations were published in Paris between 1860 and 1873 in Guide des d'Ethiopie, full of the most valuable information and illustrated by 10 maps. Of the Géographie de l'Ethiopie only one volume was published. In Uncatalogues de manuscrits Ethiopians is a description of 234 Ethiopian manuscripts collected by Antoine. He also compiled various vocabularies, including a Dictionnaire de la langue amérine, and prepared an edition of the Shepherd of Hermes, with the Latin version, in 1860. He published numerous papers dealing with the geography of Ethiopia, Ethiopian coins and ancient inscriptions. Under the title of Reconnaissances Magnétiques he published in 1890 an account of the magnetic observations made by him in the course of several journeys to the Red Sea in the Levant. The general account of the travels of the two brothers was published by Arnaud in 1868 under the title of Deux ans dans la haute Ethiopie. Antoine was responsible for streamlining techniques towards geodesy, along with inventing a new theodolite for measuring angles. Bardi, a Basque and Bascophile, Basque through his father, Abadi developed a particular interest about the Basque language after meeting the Prince Louis Lucien Bonaparte in London. He started his academic work on Basque in 1852. A speaker of both Soletin and Lapodian, a resident of Lapodi, Abadi considered himself a Basque from Seoul. The popularity of the motto Zazpiak Bat is attributed to Abadi, coined in the framework of the Lord Joko Basque festivals, fostered by himself. The castle or chateau. Abadi gave his castle home the name Abadia, which is the name still used in Basque. However, in French it is usually referred to as Château de Badia, Domaine de Badia, and locally it is not unusual for it to be called Le Château d'Antoine de Badi. The chateau was built between 1864 and 1879 on a cliff by the Atlantic Ocean, and was designed by Viollet-le-Duc in the neo-Gothic style, and is considered one of the most important examples of French Gothic Revival architecture. It is divided in three parts: the observatory and library, the chapel, and the living quarters. Nowadays, the chateau still belongs to the Academy of Science, to which it was bequeathed in 1895 on condition of its producing a catalogue of 500,000 stars within 50 years' time, with the work to be carried out by members of religious orders. The chateau was classified as a protected historical monument by France in 1984. Most of the chateau property now belongs to the Coastal Protection Agency, and is managed by the city of Hendaye. Literary works, awards and memberships. Antoine received the French Legion of Honor on the 27th of September 1850 with the Order of Chevalier à Knight. He was a member of the Bureau des Longitudes and also the French Academy of Sciences. Both brothers received the Grand Medal of the Paris Geographical Society in 1850.